Hi guys, Ryu here with another video for Blender, and this one I'm gonna be texturing and detailing this generator or PC case or whatever the hell it is. I modeled this I think a week ago, so if you want to learn how this was modeled, just go ahead and watch the video on my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna be adding some textures and details. Now adding textures, it's not something that you would do accidentally. You have to actually think how to do it. To create a proper design and that looks good, and also adding details, because we do have some mid details, we have some kind of smaller tertiary details here, a little bit here and there, but we can add a bit more and make it look a bit more interesting. So I'm gonna be using decals, mostly decals that are being released for our membership on blenderbros.com. So if you're interested in learning what's on the offer, then go ahead, click on the link in the video description and check out our membership. It's amazing. You get instant access to like 12 or 13 courses plus packs of decals, so it's a really good deal. So anyway, I'm gonna be using regular mats from Blender, BSDF mats. I'm gonna be applying them through hard ops, and I'm gonna be using decals through decal machine, and probably some trim sheets as well. So first of all, what we need to do is, when you're texturing something, you need to determine the base mat, okay, like the main color of the whole thing, and then you start adding details with different colors. So let's say I'm going to go with Alt-M here with hard ups and add some matte to it. We can go to look dive to see it a bit better. I'm gonna switch my matte cap to the abandoned slipway, but I can see it's not here, so I'm gonna install it. If you click on this cogwheel here, you can go to installation of your HDRI. So go here, we're gonna go to my folder, and we're gonna install the abandoned slipway. If you don't have this HDRI, you can get it on hdriheaven.com, save prefs, and then when you go to look dive, you can choose this matte cap. The reason why I'm choosing this matte cap, why I like using this matte cap, is because the lighting is flat, and that just gives me really good feedback on the materials. You want to use flat lighting when when you're doing that. Now this could also be silver. The bottom part is of the support here. It could be different color. We can think about that. Now the handles here could be darker, so Alt-M and boom, and automatically we get some kind of a really nice rubbery looking material. That's great. If you want to change how the material look, you can always go to here to the matte tab and at the bottom, and you can change stuff here. You could, for example, make it a bit more rough, a bit more metallic. You could make it a bit brighter, so kind of like more silverish, which is kind of cool. Even brighter than this, so it's aluminium now. These bits here, this one is actually now a bit dark, to be honest. Could be a little bit brighter. You don't want to create massive contrast. Creating contrast is cool, but you don't want to go too crazy on contrast. That's actually pretty nice. Maybe a bit darker, just teensy weensy a bit darker, boom. These two could be the same color as this one, so we could borrow that. And I think this could be also the same color, maybe. Or this could be, for example, white. So Alt-M, let's add another material. So Alt-M and add blank matte. Let's make it white. And let's make it plastic, rough plastic. Okay. We could add some clear coat and a bit of clear coat roughness. And white actually doesn't really fit, to be honest. I thought it will fit, but it doesn't. So these at the back could also be dark. This could be dark. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. The bottom plate here could be, could be dark as well. Could be glass. So Alt-M and Shift click on this, and we could grab this one and go to settings here and go to shade editor object, and we could fiddle with transparency, make it a bit bluish, for example, and lower the the transparency, and we could play with these sliders here as well. Let me see that. Let me just lower make it a bit darker, so something like this. That looks pretty cool. This could be also darker, could be darker. That's gonna look really cool. And how about these, you know, making them darker as well? I don't know. This is gonna look good. Maybe. Maybe. So this one should follow definitely, you know, the suit. That doesn't look too bad, actually. That doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, so you see that most of this case is actually silver, and then we get these accents. You could add another color if you wanted to, but I think this looks quite classy. So I like that. I like simplicity, guys. Okay, simplicity always wins. Remember that. Don't over fucking complicate shit, alright? Life's supposed to be simple. These ones are mirrored, I think. If they're not, they will be. So shift select this one, Alt X, X to reset mirror and mirror that. So I want to, when I'm gonna add some, you know, loops here, I want them to appear on the other side, but they don't. Let me just delete that for a second. So hover over this and press L, X and vertices, and select this one, and one more time mirror. There we go. So now we're talking. I want to add some trim sheets here. So add something here, and then we could add something here, maybe a little bit longer. And then we can select this one, press D. We could go to trim sheets. If you want to buy our trim sheets, you can buy a pack on blenderbros.com. Let's hold Alt and click on the trim. So it's going to add only to this location here. Hold Control, and we can scroll through some interesting designs here. That is pretty cool, actually. I like that. So let's choose this one. This might be a little bit too vulgar, maybe. Maybe we could choose something different. Hang on, let's go to trim sheet 8 and let's just alt click on this thing. And let me see. This could be a little bit better, maybe. Yeah, maybe this one is better, kind of internal. And then here we might choose something different. So let's go to trim sheet 9 and grab this one. You don't have to press alt when you selecting a second trim sheet. So this could work. Let's see, let's select something different. Maybe let's see 6. This one is cool, but it's a bit too strong. Let's press F to flip it. This one isn't terrible, actually. I kind of like this one. This one could work. Yeah, this is cool. Okay. It pulls a bit of tension here, you know, but, you know, it's not too terrible. These ones, I've noticed that what I want to do is I want to chamfer them, because when you chamfer them, right, you can run trims on these. So you can go to, you know, let's say trim sheet 5, alt-click this thing, and, you know, create really interesting stuff here like this. See what I mean? That's gonna add a really nice detail here in these areas. Same here. We could just, you know, bevel this and add the same detail. So that was trim 5, was it? Yeah. And then you can copy it with Mesh Machine to the other side, and boom, sorted. And you know, you got a really nice inner detail here. So that's pretty cool. Same here, we could just drop a, you know, drop a loop here, another drop a loop, another loop here, and design this. So let's go to trim sheet 5 and drop something here. Let's see what we're gonna get. This is pretty cool. So here and D and 5 and simply click and boom, and you got something like this, which is cool. So you got details in here, and they're really not that intrusive because it's inside, you know. And then on top of this, you could have some decals here, you know, inside, right? So we could drop a cursor to face, and then our decal's gonna drop here too. So let's go to our decal packs. These are trim sheets. Our decal packs. Let's see what we have here. We have so many different decal packs, guys. It's just crazy. This would work really nicely, I think. Let's see that. These decals are massive resolution, so you know, you might want to, you know. Guys, so press D, adjust and rotate it, and let's see that. Let's hold Control and move it like this. We could actually move it a little bit here, so it's gonna offset. It's gonna look nice, or offset it this way, so the light is closer to, you know, to this side here, and project it. and then simply mirror to the other side. The back could be different, so you could leave it. This could be some kind of a, maybe different detail. Or we could create details on sides, so here and here, and leave the middle untouched, which is going to look really nice in terms of design, because you don't want to over detail your thing. Okay, this is really important. You don't want to go too crazy with details, because it just will not look good, guys. Okay, so I'm telling you. So let's maybe grab some ports. This one looks good. So G and hold Control and just scale it. Now let's rotate it, so adjust and then hold Shift and Control to properly adjust it. Move it in here. Let's rotate it actually like this. That's better. And move it somewhere here. Maybe make it a bit bigger. Then Shift D X, sorry, Y. Move it in here, and then adjust it, rotate it, boom, right? And then make sure that this actually is close here. Let's do it separately. Alt, project, and boom. And here, D, hold Alt, project, move your mouse, and boom. There you go, that's better. Select them both, and let's just mirror them to the other side. Peachy. This looks cool. You see now, you got different details here, you got different details here. That's really awesome. We could also have some tiny detail in here, in this area. Some kind of a notch, or, maybe a port. Port could work, something like this. So, go here and create a port. So move it in here, adjust it, rotate it a bit like this, and hold the D, hold Control, G, hold Control and move it, D, Alt, project, and then Alt X, and boom. And you see, that's really cool. Awesome. Now this one could be sliced from the top, so what we need to do is see how deep this cut goes. Let me see that. It goes up to here. Okay, so we can slice this. So we could slice it with the drop box cutter, so we could just slash it in here like this, and press K for knife, and boom, right, and slash it. And now we got this line here, so what we can do is select it. Okay, and then we're going to move it, so GG, and when you move it, you can move it to this side, and then press EF, and you can flip it to whichever side you want. So we're gonna flip it to this side, and move it really close here, okay, like this, right? And then we're gonna select that, it's a loop, so we can drop a trim sheet on it. So, WD, and let's go to some kind of a trim sheet. This could work really nicely, but I think I forgot to press Alt. Hang on one more time, and hold Alt, and let me see that. There we go, something is happening. Let's press F to flip it. There you go. You can press F to flip your trim sheet, around. This looks actually really interesting, I would say. This looks pretty cool. It's a little bit too deep. Also, we got some problem here. Let me see, is this mirrored? Let me see that. Mirror, let's apply the mirror, and let's do it again. So select this one more time, and go maybe to, which one was it? It was trim number 6, I think. Let's try this again. There we go, that's better. Sometimes mirror is messing things up, so be careful. This one is way too, too much detail. This one could work. It's a bit deep though. This one is interesting. This one is actually cool. This one is cool because it's not so intrusive, but there's a lot of detail. Looks like a kind of a fastening strap, so it looks pretty cool. Same in the back here, run another cutter, so press RW to enable cutter, and then press K and slice it, and then grab this, this thing here, and GG, and then EF, and make sure it's straight, and then boom, select this one, and then D. So WD, and we could actually add the same one, so boom, right, and sort it. So you got the same detail on the front and the back, which I think looks pretty cool. Now, I'll show you something really awesome. Now you could add really tiny details, okay, really tiny. In areas, for example, like this, you could create a really narrow strip of geo and grab a trim sheet here, and we could add something really narrow, okay, something like this, for example. So Alt click this, and let's scroll and add something like this, for example. You see what I mean? I mean, how cool is this? This is a really tiny detail, and it's going to emphasize this, you know, this ridge here, which is kind of cool. And the same here in the middle, you could grab this one and you could add some detail here as well. So we could go to, for example, this trim sheet and add something like this. And let me scroll through, let's see what we're gonna get. This is interesting. This is actually not bad. This is actually not bad. Although not sure if I want this kind of deal going around. Maybe something different. Let's keep trying. Make sure not to press, not to hold Alt when you're adding a secondary trim sheet, because it just makes no sense. You only have to press Alt when you add the first one. Okay, so and the hold control when you choose trim sheets. Yeah, that's important. So this one isn't terrible. This one is actually cool. It's kind of like a subtle, detail inside, you see. Sometimes subtlety is so important, like, you get some kind of a hint of some mechanism in here. So like I said, trim sheets are extremely valuable. Now this one needs to get fixed because, there are problems. There's some kind of a division in the middle, whatever it's causing this. I think it's a mirror that's causing it. Yeah, so let's grab this one. Let's go back and redo this, okay? Let's apply the boolean first, then let's apply the mirror. And we're gonna skip the weighted. Let's see what's happening here. Let's remove this one. Dissolve edge, perfect. And then what we're gonna do, we can run on a loop here. So we're gonna create a cut. So we're going to, Alt W, and we're gonna slice this. So select that, and we're gonna slice it with a knife like this. And what we can do is select this one, Control. It didn't get sliced. One more time. Shift V and View, right? And then we're gonna slice this one more time. There we go, that's better. Select the face in the back, Control plus, and we're going to split it. So P and selection. And I'm gonna grab this one, okay, and select this and drop a face here. And I'm going to grab a matte from the black matte here, so copy matte. And we can put some decals on this, on the inner part, here. But we're gonna put some decals with some, like lights. Okay, so W, D, and let's find some really cool decals with lights. Or we could actually create a display, change of plans. Let's create a display here. So D, and we're gonna grab our emissive decals, UI decals, which were created for September. Membership for September. Like I said, if you're gonna sign up with the membership, Blender Bros membership on blenderbros.com, you can get instant access to these decals. They're really awesome, great resolution. And what I'm trying to do, basically, I'm trying to create a decal packs that I will be using for, for modeling, basically. So that's the plan. Let's add another one on the top. So let's grab this and grab something else here. We could actually add maybe this one. This could work. And just scale this down and rotate it. And make it a little bit bigger. And move it somewhere here. And project it, boom, and you got yourself a really cool display in front here, which I think it looks pretty bloody awesome. Now here in the middle, what we could do is we could add, we could add trim sheets here, for example, to these elements. So D, and again, let's go with the trim sheet number 3 maybe, and this is a separate element. So D, and let's hold Alt and click here. Let's wait, and boom, and we can scroll and see if we can get something interesting. That is really cool. If it's not too busy, I think it's okay. I think this one is quite interesting. And another one, you could add somewhere here on the top or even here. So D, let's grab trim sheet 5 and drop something else. Don't make it super busy on both elements. Make this one calmer, you see what I mean? Less detail. Because when you overload it with details, it's gonna look like fucking Christmas tree that was puked all over by a fucking parrot, okay? So don't do that shit, Just be moderate with your decals, okay? So it's like fucking ass slapping, okay? You don't want to overdo it because it's gonna be too red and then you cannot do anything with it, you know what I mean? So just take it easy, yeah? Moderate yourself. restrain your passion for ice slapping. Anyway, okay, let me see. This could be interesting because it looks kind of like a mechanical part inside, which is kind of cool. You see what I mean? So that's pretty dope. And, you know, I would leave it at, you know, I would leave it and then put something here, maybe in the middle. We could drop a decal, let's say some kind of like a, you know, maybe rounded detail, or this could work. Now let me show you how would I place decal exactly in the middle. So you want to go to edit mode, shift S with machine tools and to face, then grab this one, right, and to cursor, boom, and you get yourself decal in a dead center, and then D, Alt, project, done. All right, and you get yourself a nice detail. So shift S to origin, and that looks pretty fucking dope. All right, this is a really strong element, by the way, guys. So, you know, just saying that is really strong. So what we want to do is we want to offset this with a bit of light. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop a line here, and we're going to select this, maybe actually grab this one and GG and slide it a little bit out. Grab this bit here, okay, and press Q and then material. So here, and we're going to alt click this, okay, and you're going to add matte over there here to the face. And then we're going to change it to blue, and we're going to go to strength, and actually 8 maybe is okay. That looks pretty cool. Okay, this is gonna offset the, you know, the bottom issue. All right, so that looks pretty cool. Nice. And then we need to do this one. Now I don't want to overdo the size, guys, you know, we really need to go easy on the detail here. We might drop some, maybe some kind of a logo here, or a company or something. So let's see what we have here. I've created tons of logos for, you know, corporate logos, and we have so many different types of decals on our website. Like, you know, for example, these could be cool. Let's say Zero Graph, Azari. Azari could look actually pretty cool. Nuclear, Alpha Labs, maybe Azari. This could look pretty decent. Let's just see that. We could actually go sideways like this. This would look fucking amazing, to be honest. Put it somewhere here. Let's grab these two parts and let's see that. Let's just make it larger, move it somewhere here. Now let's just, you know, project it. So project and boom. And you got something like this. And then we need to just change the color a bit. So we're gonna go here. Move this one to max, okay, reduce the saturation to 0, and then you can just, you know, adjust the color here, so you can, you know, play with this. I'm thinking that this could be a little bit too big, maybe. Yeah, it's a little bit too big. It looks pretty cool though, but it's distorted. I'll tell you something. Maybe we're gonna make it a bit smaller, so let's see that. Maybe something different. Maybe Coles or Alpha Labs, Ufra. Maybe Nova, but Nova is what? FTL solutions. That's maybe not the best idea. That makes no bloody sense. Azari Fabrications. Yeah, that's actually Azari. Let's go with Azari. Make it a bit smaller and maybe put it somewhere here. You know, like this. How this would look? This would look actually quite alright. How about we're gonna do that like this? Maybe here on the bottom, here, or maybe offset it to the back. No, somewhere here, or on the top here, or maybe here. This actually could make sense. Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. You see, you need to try things. Okay, you need to always try things and look from different angles. That looks fucking cool. All right, because you see, let me explain why. Okay. It kind of fills this void, but it doesn't ruin this beautiful empty space here. I wouldn't fuck with this at all, okay? Treat it like a get out of your league, okay? Don't fuck with it, you know what I mean? Because you're gonna ruin it. So put details in places when, you know, it's unintrusive, but kind of completes the image. It takes, you know, it doesn't take weeks or months. It takes years to understand it, but if you're gonna keep trying, you'll get there, okay? So don't give up. Now here you need to flip this, so we're gonna go to mirror and we're gonna go to data and click on mirror you, boom, which is gonna fix the text, peachy. So that's that. It's a little bit strong, but we can always drop it down a bit, you know, although it's, you know, it looks cool. Now we do need something here, definitely. Something, maybe some latches, notches, whatnot, so we're gonna have to work on that. This is definitely not done yet, but we're getting there, guys. We need something on the top as well, maybe something here, you know, some kind of a lights, maybe control lights on the back, whatnot, maybe some kind of a trim here as well. So we got still a few things to do, but we're getting there. This is starting to look really cool. Also, think how you're gonna, you know, how you gonna render this. I mean, this could be a cool angle to render this, right? This could be a cool render to angle this. Now, probably something more orthographic would be better. So if you go to view and change here focal length to 85, you will be looking at your object from a completely different angle. See, that looks really cool in the camera. Something like this, you show a bit of the top, you show the bottom. This one is not too overpowering because you're gonna have some stuff here. We could use some text here or maybe some labels here. So we need to think how to pull eyes back to the top. Maybe you're gonna put some lights here on the top to just create a triangle of interest, okay? So you need to think how to texture your object that's gonna look good from any angle, not just one angle, any angle, okay? So keep rotating, keep thinking, right? Don't be satisfied with what you have because you think it's gonna look, you know, don't work in this kind of a zoom, okay? You always have to look at everything at the same time. It's kind of like driving a car, okay? Don't focus on the one ahead of you. You just gotta fucking look everywhere, you know, because otherwise you're gonna end up hitting someone or, you know, getting rammed or something. All right, so I think we do need something here, and I have an idea. We're gonna go to one of my favorite decal packs, not created by me, which is Aussie pack from Gumroad, and I really like this pack. And there is one item, I mean, one decal over there that I really like. And let me see that. I mean, there's many decals over there that I like, but one of them is really cool. And it's a long one. I never remember where it is. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one is really awesome. This is a, you know, this is a decal that can go literally on anything, which is genius. So let's go here and let's just do it again. Let's go to local D and do it again. So drop it. There we go. G, hold control, boom. Now when decal gets skewed, when you drop it, it means it's gonna get parented to a different object, so you need to work on that. Now this is a bit too wide, so we're gonna scale it down, drop it somewhere here and out, boom, project it, and we're going to mirror to the other side. Whoopee, awesome. And also we need to mirror to this side, so Alt X, press A to add another mirror, and boom, and you got two mirrors going on right now, right? Peachy. So let's see how this looks. Now you see what happens is like this, okay? I get a cluster of detail in here, I got the framing for this part in the middle, and I got this text in the middle. Nothing is being obnoxious, nothing is being intrusive, everything is beautiful, okay? It's like designed by, you know, Italian gay men, you know what I'm saying? So that's how you're supposed to be designing shit. Now, you know, another thing that I can tell you, it's a tip, right? I never stick to one place. I always walk, you know, kind of move around and see where I can put another detail. Do I need more details? Like I can already see that I could have something here, maybe somewhere here on the top, maybe some kind of a control light here on the back. This could be interesting here. So let me see what we can put in here. We could grab something like this, for example. So G and, you know, move it in here, and let's adjust it and move it here and adjust it some more so it's straight. Boom. You gotta be small, don't make it too big. Any light that you're gonna add, okay, make sure that it's not too big, okay, because lights pull a lot of attention, okay? Gotta be really gentle with these things, okay? So, you know, just basically tranquillo ma petto, you know what I mean? See what I mean? Like this is you can see that, but it's not in your face, okay? And when you combine this with other lights, especially when you're gonna be shooting from this angle, you can't see that, but from, you know, you're gonna be shooting from the back, there's an anchor, it's gonna pull you up, you know, up here and then around the object. Text usually pull a lot of attention, so you know you're gonna get stuck in here. Okay, now on the side here, on the top here, maybe in the bottom where the notches are, I want to put some kind of clamps, or, you know, kind of like release mechanism, whatnot. Let me just hide this. You know what? Let me just collapse this because it's way too much fucking space taken by these. Yeah, latches, blender brush latches. This could work. We could pop these. These could work. I think. Yeah, this could work. So D and adjust. Actually, that one. Maybe like this. Let me see how this would look. Yeah, it's actually not bad. So, you know, project and boom, and then we could copy it to the bottom and then press A and across. Sorted. Yeah, see? That looks pretty cool. You got cluster here and cluster here. That's awesome. On the bottom, you could have some kind of a label here. So we could go with... Oh, that could be interesting. Yeah. Perfect. That's gonna work. So put it somewhere here in the bottom, make it smaller. You could offset it, you know, so it's not symmetrical. Could be interesting. D and project it. Boom. And we could change the color of this a little bit. So Control Alt Space. You can hide it with Control Alt Space. And we're going to, you know, change color of this Muppet. So make it a bit brighter, but not as bright. Just a little bit brighter. That's way too bright. Something like that. Another trick you can use, you can use the alpha slider, which will basically gonna kind of drop opacity on it, which is cool. This could be a little bit higher, you know. So press A in edit mode and GZ, and you can move it somewhere here. We could make it a bit smaller, and G Shift Y, and we could move it somewhere here, maybe somewhere here. This could look good. Yeah, I think this looks good. I don't know about that. It's kind of... Maybe it should be in the middle. Maybe it should be in the middle, you know? Maybe. Maybe it's gonna look better. Maybe it does look better. Right. We need some notches here in the bottom. This could be screws. So we could go to, again, we could go to our faithful Aussie pack. I do have screws as well, but why bother? Shift D X and, you know, move them here, then basically apply them. So D out, project, and then copy to the other side. Sorted. So you got screws on the bottom, which is cool, and that's that. We could have some kind of notches here on this side here too. Maybe one here and one here. Let me see that. Let me see what we have. What we can slop in here, something interesting. This could be interesting. Let me just make it smaller and adjust it and make it smaller, and, you know, drop one here and drop one here and make them smaller, and GY and move them closer, and then, you know, project them. That's interesting. This could be actually a little bit too much, maybe. Maybe here would be better. Let me see that. Let me grab them and GY and move them here. How this looks. This could be better. And we're gonna put them only on this side, not here. If there's more space in here, it's gonna look better. So I think I'm just gonna do that. Select them both and mirror to the other side. Okay, and then let's save it because reasons, right? Lots of work. Another thing that we could have some small text somewhere here on the top. We could have some warning signs and models, whatnot. We got so many of them. You could use my Japanese decal pack. You know, there's just tons of stuff. R7, we could drop this one here. Kind of like a quality seal or something. You know, just pop it on the top. And that actually doesn't make any sense here in the middle. Maybe it should be somewhere offset to the left or right. It's gonna be probably looking a bit better. Oh, we could drop this one, caution hot. D and adjust, and, you know, we could just drop it somewhere here, or even on a side here. This could work here somewhere. And let me see that. Adjust that. Could drop it somewhere here, you know. Hot surface. How this would look. This wouldn't be bad actually. I like that. Make it a bit bigger because it's a warning sign. So project, boom, and then, you know, mirror to the other side. Grab this, and we need to flip it. Otherwise, it's not gonna look proper. I like that. Good, good, good. We could have some kind of a, you know, maybe some kind of a, not grill, but what you call this thing? Vent, or, you know, this kind of a situation. Maybe one of these. This could look interesting here. Something like that. I don't know if it's not going to be clashing with this, but we'll see. Project, let me see that. Actually, yeah, it's a little bit maybe too much. This should be, in my opinion, slightly alpha'd. So just drop the opacity a little bit on it. There we go. This bar is less, you know, in your face. I'm not sure about that. Maybe it's a bad idea. Maybe we're gonna just drop a regular, you know, kind of like a vent or something. So maybe something like this would be better here. The only problem is that we already have vents on this side. So maybe a one long one. I do have one, so let me show you. I just have to remember which pack was it. That's not gonna be easy to remember because we have so fucking many of them. I think it was the gun course here, the rifle pack, which is only available with the Cypher weapon design for Blender, which is one of our oldest. One of our oldest courses. Adjust, and we could, you know, we could just drop it somewhere here. The only problem with this one is that if I'm going to slap it as is, it's gonna get stretched, okay? So what we could do is maybe drop it like that. Oh, this could be cool. I like that idea. D and project, boom. Let me see that. Oh, that's actually looking cool. I like that. It kind of combines and links these two surfaces, which is kind of interesting. So mirror to the other side. We could even create one more on the top, but maybe that's gonna be a bit too much. That's gonna be maybe a bit too much, right? Now here we're probably gonna need something, you know, something more. Maybe something here, or maybe even on these. So some really tiny notches. I mean, like tiny ones, like, you know, these kind of a thing. Okay, so, you know, I mean microscopic. Okay, just to create some kind of a, you know, interest. So D and project, and then simply, you know, mirror to this side, and then grab them and mirror across A, and boom, right? Perfect. See what I mean? You got some point of interest here, but it's not really so strong, but you notice it, so eyes gonna go down, but you don't really know why they're going down, which is exactly what we want. Now we could have some kind of you know, some kind of decals here as well if you wanted to, but I think that's maybe it's enough. We could have some kind of a, you know, sticker on top here as well. Top looks good. We could have something here. Or maybe some kind of a vent on top. This could also work here. Let's try that. So I don't know if it's gonna be too much, but you know, you never know. Maybe these would be good. The vents. Where are they? Vents. These ones? No. Let me just hide this again because I had so many decals I cannot even see all of them at once. There we go. These ones. We could have these, or we could have actually vents like that. I mean, like seriously, vents, you know, like vents. That would be actually pretty cool. So one here, a bit bigger, maybe, and you know, somewhere here, and project it, and just simply copy it to the other side. That would look really cool. I don't know if it fits though, because it's round. Yeah, it doesn't really fit. Just looks a bit goofy. It's a shame because it's a really cool decal. Well, we could just try something else. Let's see here. This could work, you know. A smaller one, of course, because it's way too big. So this could work. Let's just adjust it like that and make it a bit bigger and drop on here and, you know, project it and simply mirror to the other side. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I like that a lot. So this is peachy. Yeah, so, you know, we're basically going, I mean, this would be it, right? We could add another one here, okay, and run another trim sheet on this side here. Something really unintrusive, okay? Something really, you know, gentle. So let's see with the trim sheet 9, maybe we're gonna find something cool. You never know. But it has to be something really, 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 you know, easygoing. This could be a bit too much. This is too much. I don't think so. This could work. This could work. Yeah, it's subtle, but it adds some kind of an interest on the outside of this. Actually, this I can live with that. Awesome. Right. Nice. Okay, and I think we're done, guys. You know, we could add some kind of tiny indication lights here. So when we're gonna be rendering from the top, we're gonna have an anchor going up. So we could just pop these. These are really cool. These are bounce decals. So with the bounce light, they take a fuck ton of time to render, unless you're using, you know, Photoshop and other tricks. But if you want to do it with decal machine and you don't have a really powerful card, then these are a bitch to render. We have a whole pack with you know, these kind of decals. So this could be a kind of an indication light here like this, or even vertical like that, you know. Maybe a little bit bigger, and let me see that project, boom, and then copy to the other side. And you see this light, what it's gonna do, because it's warm, it's really tiny, but it's warm, it's gonna pull your eyes up here, and just, you know, you're gonna grab this text, you're gonna slide back here and go through Azari, and boom, you know. So that's pretty cool. We still could have something here sticking out, but I think these are enough. So from the back, it looks also good. So it doesn't matter what side you're gonna look at it from, you know, it looks decent. So see what I mean? So that's proper texturing, and we only use 2 materials and decals, and that's it. You know, you don't really need more than that. This could be also still dropped, in my opinion. So we could drop the alpha a little bit lower than that. Okay, we could also drop alphas on these because these are a little bit aggressive. Okay, so, you know, we could just drop an alpha on these a little bit. Okay, so, you know, they're not so in your face. Emission strength is 1. We could change it to 4 if you really wanted to pump it up a bit and give this emission a bit of a, you know, a bit of an oomph, which is kind of cool. Maybe 4 is a little bit too crazy. Maybe 3 is enough. Here on the bottom, you know, and boom, right? Bob's your uncle, as they say. This one is already long enough, but in the next episode, what we're gonna do is we're going to, you know, grab this and render some scene for it. So I'll show you how I would set up lights for it, how would I render it, you know, what kind of background I would use, how would I process it in Photoshop to make it look really fucking amazing. And I just want to show you how little you need, okay, to create some really appealing portfolio piece, okay. You don't need a lot, you just need to know what to do with your details, okay? You see, if you look from a distance, it's not over detailed, but when you look closer, you can start seeing some kind of visual anchor points that are gonna pull your eyes around and, you know, make you think, well, you know, this is pretty cool, right? So when you overload your item with details, what you do, you basically ruin the entire work. You know, you don't let your eyes of the viewer to relax, you don't let them build their own story. You're just overloading the system, and it's just pointless. I see a lot of renders like this, you know, even with decent framing and camera work, but there's so much fucking detail you don't really know where to look, and you just get tired, and, you know, brain rejects it automatically. So too much is not good, okay? The decal pack and the trim sheets in the video description. You can also look up the design course that we have, which is a fantastic course. We talk a lot about design and, you know, principles of design to help you out with blockouts, etc. And if you want to deepen your knowledge on hardups and box cutter, we have a fantastic course called The Ultimate Guide to Hardups and Box Cutter, in which we show you all the tools and how to use them. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.